It's 9:45. Where is this? So today is the 11th of October, 2025. Me and David is in Dunedin. So we are planning to have a relaxed trip, do some cooking. So we are at Newell's supermarket. So this time I don't make pasta and salmon. We will get really bored. So I make something different. Let's check out what we can buy here. Processed oil. But that's how we cook Chinese dish. Peanut oil is one of the best ones for taste. So we just use that. What brand is it? That is a famous brand, but we don't use that one. We just use this one now. That one looks good. I don't know what brand is it.
I'll go that one at home.
Alright, yeah. So just make sure you go for not the dark one. So what we use for the dark soy sauce is just for the looking. They are tasteless. Yeah. Sometimes we make chicken, we want to make the chicken skin really dark, like the caramelized color, then we use it. But it's just for coloring. Taste is this one. Oh good, there's a small one. That's really good size actually. Thank you.
Add some dark soy sauce, light soy sauce.
Yeah. Do you have white pepper? Sometimes
Like not at home.
white pepper is one of the common item we use.
All of his recipes have pasta white pepper.
The white pepper is really common. And we also need garlic and ginger and parsley and spring onion, but we need the fresh one, not the dry one.
Yeah.
Looking for rice. They only have the European type of rice, the Spanish. We got Chinese rice. I have to get somewhere else then. Oh, we finally found the rice. It was a good package, so I don't have to bring the the rice cooker. But the Australia one is also okay, but I will choose that last. Normally we use jasmine rice, which is that's too much. Too much. Do you have a smaller package? Yeah, just the jasmine. 350. Yeah.
Fancy. Nice.
Yeah, for 1 kilogram, I think is equivalent to 8 bowl of rice. No, more than that. More than that. It's double than that.
This is more than we need.
Yeah, more than we need.
But it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, they got a smaller one. Are they instant as well? Yeah, they are instant. Long grain steel rice. The instant one is really compact. So the problem about the pre-cut steak is they cut it terribly. It is not the right shape of steering. The best is I would suggest use the uncut one, something like that, and I can cut it. Yeah. So when you go to the supermarket, you see how they cut it. It's really thick. It's too thick. And when we cut beef, you have to be perpendicular to yeah. But if they use the machine to cut it, it is not the right texture for steering. So I will cut myself. If you want to make a dish, I help you cut it.
Let's get the bigger one.
Yeah. You want more?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
How many grams?
Rum is good. Yeah. I'm surprised I can't see any fruits and vegetables in this supermarket. Where are they? Another things we have to grab is a highlight of my topic of the meal is using eggs. Something like that may perhaps alright.
Well, you're getting. I thought you were thinking about what to be steal. Are you comparing prices? I think you chose well. I'll take that one. Are they not broken?
Yeah, 12 small size eggs will do the job. We got vegetables here. Just have to grab not coriander, perhaps bok choy. We definitely want spring onion somewhere. I don't know where they are. Oh, you found it. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Do you have Asian sessions like the international that lady talk about? Oh, we got some onion and garlic. Hang on. Get some onion and garlic. We only want one onion is fine. One big onion is fine. Let's see what is it there. You may give me a surprise. Oh, they have a proper brand of soy sauce here. Ginger, why are you that big? So let me get a smaller one. Oh, there's one. That one's fine. Garlic. Scoop that one is fine. Then tomato. Yes, tomato. So we got a little one. We just carry the rest, isn't it? Okay. We can take this basket to the car park, can we? No.
You have to put it on the trolley and take the trolley out.
Okay, we will grab a trolley then. Yeah. Thank you. Should I just grab a trolley here? Yeah, we just grab a trolley then. Okay. Yeah. Just put it here. Thank you. Oh, that's pretty good. 66. It's not bad.
Here we go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think the food is enough for 2 people over 2 days. Did arrive to the accommodations. So today, another kitchen review series. One of my favorites, the classic electric stove. Nice and strong heat. Hopefully, everything works fine, right? They have really decent sized pan, a bowl, and my new rice cooker. So today I make Chinese food. Never been doing that. And always boil the water first. We have some jasmine rice. And hopefully today we have really decent food. So before we start cooking, we need a lot of preparations. One thing you may probably able to get is the stir-fried beef from the supermarket. And normally I won't go for those because the way they cut is really is a disaster. And when you do stirring fries, you want your beef pieces to be decently thin, and you have to as thin as extent that when you marinate them, all the ingredients get into the beef. Those big chunks that you buy in the supermarket is not good for stir fries, like there and there. And also the way you cut the steak, you have to follow the correct pattern to cut it, and nice, thin, and wide. So this is what I asked David to grab. So it's just a rump steak, and it can be good for stir fry. So they got pattern going that way. So when you cut, you want to go perpendicular, cut like that, okay? And it is really good cut. So I always, even chicken, I will actually cut myself. I don't buy any things that are pre-cut for me because you won't get any good dish. Traditionally, if you eat out in Chinese restaurant, their beef is really tender. And I won't make as tender as that because the secret of making the beef tender is to add soda powder in there. But I don't want to use soda powder. I want to have some bite and chewiness of the beef, not too soft. Yeah, the powder will make it really soft and easy to chew with vegetables, but and it will lose the flavor, in my opinion. So I don't want to do that. So first, I just cut it and then marinate it. In some other country, you may have an extra procedure because they import a lot of frozen beef, which when you buy them, it's like hard. For defrosted meat, you always need to put in the salt water for a moment to get all the frosty bad taste out from the meat. And when it's getting into the room temperature, then you dry them and then cut them. For New Zealand beef, I don't think we need to do that. You buy from supermarket, it's already really fresh, really tender, and you just cut them straight away. So that's how you do it. Nice and thin, but have reasonably area. That is how you want to cut for stir-fried beef. So don't go for any dice or whatever string shapes that the supermarket cut it for you. Always cut it yourself. We probably need at least half an hour to marinate. That's why we have to do this first before doing anything else. So while we're preparing the beef, I just want to show people how to wash rice. Okay, you know about I know British people used to do colander to wash it, isn't it? Yeah, there's something if you know about what's it, Mr. Roger? that YouTuber make fun of it. We don't do that in China. So we normally what I do is I just open the water here, or even in over. Normally I go really lazy. I just put some water, and then you don't directly pour it. You grab the transparent cup that comes with the rice cooker. Mm-hmm. So each of these cups expect 2 small bowls of rice. So for 2 people, we prepare 4 cups. So 2 small rice for that, and then you just pour it in. Whoops. Yeah, one.
How much water did you put in?
Yeah, don't worry that about.
This is washing.
Yep. Yeah, that's just washing. Yeah, that's good. That we do. That's enough. Yep. Okay. So, you try not to use anything stirring it. Okay. If you really want to stir it, maybe use something just to wipe all the rice into the water, make sure they are not floating. But don't try to touch the side of the rice cooker pot, because if you want a durable layer, you don't want to scratch it. So you just gently tip all the rice into the water. The best is you just gently go like that. Nowadays, the rice is a lot cleaner than the old day. We don't generally wash too much. We just get all the dust out, just like swat it a little bit, and then we pull it out. This water is very nutrient for plants. We save this and watering our plants. But here, of course, no plants here for us, so we just pour it out. Yeah. I may actually do a little bit too much water for cleaning, so you don't want to waste water, then you can just half of this amount of water.
Yeah.
So you just do 2-3 times of that. So you just go like that. Yeah. If you start stirring the rice with any equipment, even your hand, you will damage the layer of the rice cooker and they will not become not as durable. So you can do another time. Yeah, and one more time, the last time. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, normally it's reasonably clean. Nowadays, the rice. When I was a childhood, we buy rice. There are insects inside crawling around. Yeah, yeah. They may be good or bad. I mean, things is a lot more organic back in the day. So you see insects inside. So yeah. Now we wash the rice and we add in the good amount of water. So what you do is, if you see the measure here on the right hand side, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because we put 2 cups. So you have to get into the 2 while your bowl is laying flat. Then that will be the right amount. However, do you know why? However, because I'm doing stir rice. Stir rice needs slightly lower water. Okay. So if let's say we do 2 for an ordinary rice, then we will deduct 10% of water for it. So we will take it slightly harder for stirring rice. So when you put it into there, you see where's the water level. You couldn't spot it here. Yeah, there's slightly more, so it's not enough. And you just have to shake a little, make sure they're evenly distributed, and you put in there. So that's slightly below 2, so that's what we want for stirring for rice. Well, David is my assistant. So we are now start marinating the beef. So what do we do about beef? We need, so this is a really big portion of this slice. This actually maybe 4 times as what I eat at home. But that's okay.
David's hungry, so.
David is hungry. One very good rule, you don't want to eat salt at this moment. For beef, especially beef, other meat, it won't have this problem. If you use salt earlier to marinate, the beef will getting non-smooth. So the first thing we have to do is sugar. Okay. Sugar, we want perhaps 4 teaspoons. Just a little bit of pepper. And it's good.
And some sugar?
Yep. Because pepper actually is not always needed for some people, but I like to see how it feels. So we just go sugar. Wow, that is 4 teaspoons. Yeah, so evil. I seldom eat sugar, but you know. Actually 3 is fine. 4 is a little bit than more than 4 teaspoons. Yeah. And yes, you need hand to marinate. That is a good rule. Chinese use hand to marinate it, like massaging it. Yes, you are doing it right. Before corn flour, we need soy sauce. A lot of time we don't measure very accurate for Chinese. We use cents, common like 6 cents, like how much we do.
Yeah, that's how I.
Uncle Roger is what have been indicated. So for us, that will do. Yep. And now you can use your hand to mix it a little bit. So the sequencing can matter a little bit. The first 3 ingredients I put in, like sugar, pepper, and soy sauce, they are okay. They are in any order is fine. Yeah. But then afterward, this order is different. So now the last one, the second last is doing some corn flour. Just let all the mixture to bond together. And then continue massaging it. The final bit, always add oil at the last. That is to seal up all the ingredient inside the meat. So the oil can protect from the air getting inside. So that's why oils always get last. Yeah, and continue mixing that. Awesome. So that is the secret of the basic ingredient all Chinese stirring dishes will go. Okay? One thing we haven't put in yet is the salt. That's because we do beef.
Okay.
Pork chicken we do put in, but beef we put it while we finish cooking. Okay? So we just sit there, maybe perhaps just wait for at least 15 minutes. Yeah. And of course we don't use baking powder. In restaurant they use baking powder to make the texture soften, so easier to chew, but we don't do it here. Another Chinese dish that is very common in any home making in Cantonese family. I'm talking about Cantonese, that means the southern Chinese people. But in other communities or in a restaurant, they do offer that, but it's highly unlikely people will order it. So Western people may not know this dish.
Okay.
It's really, you will kind of shock that it looks like one of the French dishes, but it is not. So
Exciting.
we have eggs here. Normally, I like to order baked eggs. This for like poached eggs and things. In the morning, I would like baked eggs, but this time instead I get a couple of baked small ones. So the portion is good enough because I have few dishes that require eggs. This one, we turn on the scale. Okay, this one is really precise. The only precise dish that I may say in Chinese. So this is 52 grams. Maybe get another one. Wow. Oops, drops a little bit. Okay. Nowadays, I don't know why the egg shell is so brittle. Do they even have proper nutrition? Yeah, it used to be really hard. Okay, so now I have about 100 grams of eggs. So let us have a cup of 150. So 2 to 3 ratio of water. So that will be 150 grams of water. Sometimes at home I didn't measure that accurately, given that this dish can be a very express dish that when you are getting lazy or tired, you can still make a decent dish. But it just doesn't look good if you are not precisely measured.
Yeah.
It's all about the looking of it. Now when you put in that, you can put some salt in there. Salt, just a little bit. Okay. So if at your home you don't have chopsticks, you will just use a fork and just stirring it. Okay. Yeah, for me, at home I got a bigger dish. Normally I put more eggs and then I add water in different parts. So I don't really add water in one go. Oh, one thing I may wanted to indicate that if you want to have a better result, I actually make a small mistake, but not a very big one. You need some warm water, not hot and not 100% cold, but you want some warm water because you want the water to be warm to allow the eggs to be cooked evenly from the center to the outer. Formally, what happens after you mix them, you see all the bubbles formed up in the dish. You will need a colander to filter out the egg so that all the bubble will gone. But today I won't go for it. So in our Chinese dishes, sometimes you will put meats. You can put very common dish called tofu. Yeah. The dishes with meats and tofu in a restaurant, putting inside here, they have a name for it. They call safety for both old and young people. It's really funny. Don't know why you call that. Yeah. Okay. But you barely see people order this type of dish in restaurants because this is easy to cook. Chinese people think, easy dishes. It's not worth to pay the buck. I'd rather make it at home. So in a restaurant, hardly see people ordering that. Okay. So for me, I learned a little bit of trick online. That if you want to reduce the amount of bubble, you just have a kitchen towel, just pour away this. You can reduce the amount of bubble, although it's not ideal. Most people will just use colander. Okay. But that will be still better than nothing. Yeah. How to cook this? Easy. While you're doing your rice, put this dish on top of your rice and use the rice cooker to cook it. But before I'm doing this, I want to do something slightly more. Add a little bit of garlic. So can you do the garlic? Yep. Yeah. You just crack it. See how you normally cut the garlic. Yeah. Yeah. So David just helped me crush the garlic, which is good. Crushing garlic is really important. If you don't crush it, you just chop it, the flavor won't come out. So that's good. So now you crush it. Now you can chop it into small pieces. Some people will just get a device that cut it like my dad, but I don't like it. Yeah, you just go like that. Yeah, awesome. Okay, cut it really fine, and just put it into the eggs. Few dishes. Okay, now while preparing the eggs, the garlic for the eggs, we should start the rice cooker. So to get the eggs into the rice cooker on time is the only skill that I would say. Witness the water to drown. When the rice cooker still have water, don't put your eggs in. When the water is disappearing, that is the right time you put the eggs in. Okay, so just close the lid until it get warm and until the water start disappearing. Then we can put the eggs in, and then you will have a beautiful dish. So essentially, this is my first egg dishes, and I want to prepare another dishes that also require for eggs, and also the fried rice itself needed eggs. So that is 4 dishes that have eggs. Onion. So there is few ways you do onion. Most people will either do onion dice or you chop onion into very fine pieces. We don't do onion dice and also not fine pieces. We do the cut more like what you can see when you go to sausage sizzle. Those ring shaped type of onion. This is how we make eggs into onions. This is how we cut it. Of course, it is your preference. It's not like a hard rule, but that's how we make at home. We use onion rings inside eggs.
Why do you bother with that? Why? I mean, I just chop off that outer layer.
Right.
But, that's just me.
But for me, here,
do you like the green? Is that got extra flavor or something?
Yeah, I think it's good to leave half the onion for you with the dairy fibers. Yes, I think onions go with beef is a match.
Yes.
And then another secret outside our dish, if you ever grind the onion into mashed or you put in a food processor, and then after you grind them, that mixture get into the beef, immediately seal it off, airtight. For half an hour, you will see the beef color getting into gray color, a little gray color. It looks a bit strange, but the taste is awesome. That is a chemical reaction between beef and onion that stand out the taste of beef. It magnifies the taste. And this is how you get a really delicious patty in burger.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Mash the onion, put it into the beef grind, seal it off, leave until it turns gray. Once you open up your cover, you will smell it immediately.
Nice.
And then you turn that into the patty. That is a lot better than any patty you can get. Yeah, this is a small trick, okay? I just really don't want to waste it. No, don't worry, I just cut it like that. I will fix that later on. So while we are cutting it, because we are cooking the rice, we have to check if the rice is like the water is disappearing. If the water is start disappearing, we put the egg dishes in. The water is about disappearing. So I just cracked 4 small eggs. Okay, you ever use one hand?
I've seen them in the chef show.
Yeah. And I can do it. And just again put some salt in. And then just stirring it.
It's alright, done?
Yeah. So while the egg mixture is done, we go back to the rice. You're seeing the water is about to ring up. Think not yet. We should wait another minute. We should wait another minute. When the water level is completely below the pit of the rice, then we put the eggs in. Now, a minute gone, the water is about to disappear. We put these things in for this rice cooker. So different rice cooker is different. How can they just settling properly? And this goes in. And close the lid. Once the rice gets done, I believe the egg will be perfectly done as well. Okay?
I already know it's going to be done.
Experience. My rice cooker at home, always when the water go down, you put the eggs in.
Will it stop? Will the rice cooker go into like...
It will automatically stop. All rice cookers will be automatically stopped once they're done. Okay? That is the convenience of our rice cooker. You can make a dish and a rice together. And now, my grandma in the past, even lazier way is to add the beef mince into the rice. So the rice have the mince. So halfway cook, before you put the eggs in, you put the mince inside the rice and stirring it. And then put the eggs in. So you got egg, you got beef, you got rice.
And that's,
all done after the rice cooker finished. So convenient. Come back here. So now we do our fried dishes. The first one that we wanted to do is the onion. We may probably get another drop of garlic, probably. It's good. Okay. So we don't need a very big cut with small fine piece. We just a decent piece and get the onions in.
The oil? Do you need oil there?
Yeah. Also add a little bit of oil. This heat is really high. I will just go for 4 maybe. So one thing that we normally use at home for a Chinese family in the past is the peanut oil, because the peanut oil is the secret. The second choice is the corn oil, but I can't say they are healthy, but that's what makes the Chinese food taste good. And now, sorry, I just need some of those. Yeah. So it's a little bit burnt, some of those, so it's not really accurately done.
Can we do something?
Yeah. Once this distribute evenly, you can put in the yolk here. Just like the omelette. Now, I don't know if you want to eat chili, because for me, if there's a chili season, there's chili, I will add some chili flake in there. It's like, wow, that's gorgeous. I will just add a little bit of pepper here, whatever. And if there's a lid, you cover with the lid. If it doesn't have a lid, just leave it. Okay. Now, this thing.
The chopping board on top? The chopping board could go on top?
Oh, no, that's fine. So, one thing you can do is you just have to pull it out. Pull it out. Put it aside here. Put it aside here, and every time you pull it, you see if any yolk mixture dripping off. Okay, this is called fried eggs, but my experience telling me don't stir fry the eggs, because when you stir fry the eggs, funny enough, the eggs will disappear. You will shrunk. So you just have to gently, until everything is nothing drip out, you flip it. Once you flip it, very important, turn down the heat. And secret. When you turn down the heat, add a little bit of soy sauce for the size of the pan. And then let the egg to absorb it. Oh, I just changed the battery. Now you can see the rice cooker stop itself is keep warm, and the egg is perfectly done. What I'm now asking David is to help me chop some spring onion, very little pieces. And then what it goes is, while it's keeping warm, I have to add this into the eggs. Okay, just a little bit. Don't half of that maybe is okay. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Just chop into really fine pieces.
Okay.
Yeah. Be careful your hand. Yeah. So David actually used the bottom part of the spring onion, which is the best part. So he knows things. Yeah. Go with the eggs. Normally, is anything is fine, but when it goes with seafood and things like that, we tend to use this. Like fish, we'll be using this because the smell is a lot better. So if you have seafood, use the bottom part, but we don't have seafood today. I try to grab seafood because I have a way of cooking fish. If I make fish, I definitely will use that for the fish, but it's fine. Let's drop a little bit here. A little bit here. This doesn't need to be too much. You just have to add it in, and then close the lid, and then continue keeping warm. Just let it keep warm for a moment. And the next thing is we will stir fry the rice preparation. We need to prepare the ingredient into the rice, because I'm doing fried rice. Now, another thing we need to use the bottom part of spring onion is the fried rice. So I want spring onion. I want a little bit of bottom parts of the vegetables as well. We can chop it into the fine pieces. And also I want a little bit of onion as well, not a lot. We'll just add a little bit of ingredient for the rice. A little bit. So mix it with a little bit of the previous garlic. Okay. More enough. That is what is ginger. Okay. So ginger, we wash it. Now we want fine pieces of ginger, so we don't crush it. Sometimes we need to crush ginger, but for a small fine pieces we don't want to. And also the thing is, if you don't worry about the dish looks ugly, you don't want to cut the skin. Skin is really good. Yeah, it's really nutrients. So you just chop into fine pieces. Even finer. So always good to add some ginger into the fried rice. That is the way that I do at home. That's the mom recipe. Especially in the cold day, you will want to use ginger. Now, see how fine that is? Yeah. So just preparing that, and they will be good. I think, yeah, just leave it like that. And the next thing is very important. We want to separate the eggs. Okay, maybe I'll use this one. So 2 bowls, we want 4 eggs again.
You're not kidding about eggs.
Yeah, I will show you why we want eggs. Now, 1 bowl we only want yolks. The other ones we want both yolks and egg white. So the remaining egg white from one of the one that only use yolk will be go into the other. Open that gently. Oh, failed. Don't worry, spoon. Don't worry. We still have chance. We only want 2. Okay. Now, see if I can separate the yolk. Oh, actually get into the wrong plate. This one have to go here. Egg white is going to the egg white. So, okay, yolk here. Okay, that's fine. When we say 2 yolk, we mean really only yolks. Now this is a slightly cleaner one. Okay. So the other one we all want like mostly egg white and 2 yolks. Okay. Now use a spoon to stir both of them. You can do it really, really quickly because normally Chinese chefs they are 3-4 times faster than what I'm doing now. See, this one you don't need to mix too well. You just have to gently spoon it. All the garlic and spring onion mixture is done. This one you can take it out. This is a bit late now because I want the rice to cool down. That's a really important part. Getting it out is really hard. Now, look at this. Look at this. Have you seen this before?
Like the morning, just
Yes. So the French one, they put sugar and then burn it. But this is the Chinese one. Poulet, yeah, you got it. So now fried rice is very important. In household, they don't do it this way because we want to save time. Normally, you want to cool down the rice. What do you use? You will use the leftover rice from yesterday, which you put in the fridge. Yeah. That is the common knowledge for household, as what Uncle Roger say. However, if you go in the restaurant, they don't do it like that. Okay, the best way is even better than this. Get a really big surface area of things, and get a spoon. Always use the right spoon. Lay it out flat. Okay, lay it out flat on any big surface area, and even use if you got fan, etc. Use it to blow it until it is cooling down mostly. Okay, so that is even better than leftover rice overnight. The thing is we want our rice to be brittle outside and tender inside. The leftover rice in the fridge will lose the tenderness interiorly of the fried rice. So the best one is really you have to can't skip this process. Always use this to spoon your rice, nothing else, and go gently with your rice cooker. And we just put it at the door to leave it for a while and spread them evenly so that it can cool down. Now, David, do you want to eat fried rice or do you want to have some white rice? I will make them all fried rice. Okay. Now we are putting it at the door because we don't have a fan. We just put it in the door so that it can cool down. That's really important part before you do any fried rice. Okay, make sure the rice is cooling down. So while we are doing that, we already have some ingredient prepared for the fried rice, but we will have to put it away in a little dish maker house. Because I think what happened is we want to do the next dishes. So we are 1 hour into over 1 hour away.
What's turn this off?
Yeah, we probably slightly turn the rice cooker. We have almost over an hour in there, and we normally I don't do this at home. I'm lazy, but to make the best things out of it, because I got some previously boiled water that we use it to keep time shorter. We want to reboil that because we want to get the tomato skin off. So that's the secret. I know how to do it, but I never did it before.
I've never done it before.
Never done it before, but I know it works because I know people is doing like that. Wash the tomato. Don't skip this step. So the way to peel off tomato skin, to make a coarse cut around the tomato. This is also important skill, especially when you are working in a proper Italian food. They always use tomato like pizza, sauce for spaghetti. So they always prepare tomato pastry. The traditional way of doing that, you need to know how to peel off the skin. So they use a grinder. They first want to dry the tomato and then use a grinder to create the sauce. Yeah, and peeling the tomato skin is really important. Yeah. So all the tomato skin have trimmed. Now we have to turn off the oven because otherwise it will getting too hot. And before it's boiling, just put the tomato inside here. Put it into the hot water. Close the lid. And then one moment, all the steam will come out. Really, really handy. Now, so that is the second last dish. We already finished 2 egg dishes. Now this is the third egg dishes. And now I am start doing your fried beef. So we now cut this into dice. So now the rice is mostly cooled down, still warm, but there's no smoke coming out. It's reasonably dry. One reason is because we didn't put as much water as it intended to. So this is supposed to be this type of dryness, which is good. Now, David, I asked you want to be all fried rice, but I doubt this bowl is large enough for me to put the rice in. So I just put whatever I can and do the stir fry. Okay.
Use this?
Yeah, even I can put it in, the pan is not large enough. So when we do fried rice in Chinese kitchen, we use wok.
Yeah.
Do you have wok? No, that doesn't work. We only have a decent size fry pan. We don't have a wok.
Yeah.
Because this amount of rice is, you need a very large cooking ware. So you don't see that, oh, this rice you can put into the pan. No, you wish a lot bigger size of equipment to cook it. So I only do whatever I can in here. So I put it into the yolk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe half.
I'll turn this on.
Yeah. Right, that is about good. So that is like 2 cups. We may want to use a hand again to be more flexible, only because of that. And we want the rice to make into the yolk. Mistakenly. So the rice becomes yellowish. Mm-hmm. Okay. So some people may like to also add turmeric if they want the rice to be even more yellowish. But I think this is one type of skill that the restaurant use to make the rice more attractive, is to separate the yolk and make the color into it. Yeah. So another thing I found out when you're doing that, the rice separate better. Okay. So one of the standard about a good rice, fried rice, is the rice have to be distributed evenly, brittleness, and also they are separate evenly. If the rice is stuck together, it's a fail type of fried rice. So you don't want that. Okay. Now what we do is first we have to get a little bit mixture in, so oil in, David. You probably want to turn on to 4, according to my knowledge. Yeah, this type of electric stove is really strong. I wouldn't say it's supposed to be high heat, but I don't want to get too high heat. Well, this thing I'm not familiar with. Okay, yeah, that would do. Yeah. Some restaurant normally they even do more of it. And there's also one tiny skill if you are using a wok. They normally put a lot of oil in, and they distribute into the wok, but they throw the first tea of oil away and add another one in. But you don't want to do that at home. Another reason why I don't want to use a high heat because the ingredient is really fine. Or you don't want to burn them. Yeah. You just put all the garlic, ginger, and onion mixture in here. If you're precise enough, you should separate the order of adding in. Normally ginger go first, and then garlic and onion and then garlic. And this should be the correct order of making in. So once this thing is heated for a while, we got smoke. Okay. What we do, we put in the egg white and egg yolk mixture in here. We don't do fry first, okay? Put away this. And then here, unlike the other fried egg dishes, we can actually mix them, stirring it while it is still in a liquid form, which is okay. Until it is half liquid, not entirely dry. Like scramble type of eggs, then you can add the remaining the rice in.
Jesus, this is expert level.
This rice, I can see according to the size of the pan, this rice is just slightly too much already. Yeah. So for fried rice, you need a really, really big pan, a lot bigger than the amount of rice you're putting in. But it's okay, not too bad. It's just able to maintain it. And then the reason for a big pan is you want to put the rice lay out wide so the water can evaporate quicker. Now I think it's time for me to turn up a little bit. because in a normal sense, when we do fried rice, it should be a high heat. So the rice can dry out a lot quicker. In this case, we don't have a proper wok. That's why we don't want to do that. Yeah. So we just put it in here for like half a minute until everything getting solid. Then we can flip the rice consistently. Because the pan is not it's very shallow, so we just have to gently make this dish. Yeah, in a wok we can do it very violently, but we do it gently here. So there's something that's not mixed well. See, we still have white. Now we can flip it because it's really dry. I would say, see, it is some rice. You may want to add a little bit more oil as well. Yeah. So again, any Chinese dishes, what is the definition of Chinese food? We use beans. Either tofu or soy sauce, we are all beans. So using beans is a secret of defining. It's not secret, just not a lot of people know about. But for fried rice, how the beans go with it? We use the soy sauce applied at the end, just like the egg dishes. Apply the soy sauce at the end. For fried rice, you have to check every single bit of rice. You have to be loosened up. They don't stuck together. Reasonably dry. That is a good dish of fried rice. So the big egg pieces, you just have to maybe separate them. Yeah. Continue gently flip around. Yeah, the heat is decent. Yeah, for fried rice 4.5. So if you see the steam is coming up, that means it's not dry enough. Because a lot of steam, so you can still continue consistently flip around the rice. Don't crush the rice and don't do anything. You always lift up the rice and flip it. Okay? The best fried rice is not only the rice is loosened into individual pieces without stacking. Every individual egg mixture will get into the surrounding of the rice. It's the number one of fried rice. For me, I don't have that skill. Big chef, they can make every single little piece of rice with the egg mixture surrounding it. Yeah. I can already feel the water, the rice is already loosened up a lot, but still there's some steam coming up. All right. So this is a pan fried rice. You need a bit of patience. You have to do really gentle. Yeah, I use wok at home, so I can do that. The wok is that high.
Gas or electric?
Oh, it's an electric, not ideal. The best is the gas. But yeah, once you take it off of the stove or electric, the temperature drop. That is something you don't want to do. But that's all you can do. So if you want to eat a really good fried rice, you got to go to the restaurant. Not a lot of people, especially in the Western country, their stove and their equipment will be good enough to make fried rice. Yeah. You can make decent fried rice, but not like a very excellent fried rice. The rice is decently dry now. Yeah, so I can turn it off. Okay. So the bowl. Now I just separate the fried rice into our portions, one each. So including the fried rice, there is 3 different dishes that is using eggs. So the fried rice, that I think Uncle Roger will not unhappy about this. It's not the perfect one, but it's a decent one. We forgot to put spring onion into the fried rice. Don't worry. So while David is doing the 3 cloves of garlic, I am washing the bak choy. I originally thought I can find more vegetables in the Chinese supermarket, and when I reached the supermarket, I found it's a Korean supermarket, it's not a Chinese supermarket. So they don't have the number 1 vegetables I want. So the number 1 vegetable award is not leafy green, it's melon. They got bitter melon. Bitter melon. Instead of I'm making the onion egg dish, the bitter melon egg dish is even better. And they are not cheap. And bitter melon, if you somehow bought those, ask me, I don't know how to do it. They are super healthy. They are bitter. We know what they mean by bitter. Bitter means they are healthy. Right. They got full of polyphenol, massive amount of polyphenol. Bak choy something leafy green like this. We wanted to cook at a different time, so we have to chop the leaves off, the top bit off, separate with the bottom part, because the bottom part need to cook longer. But it's okay. We probably want to also dice a whole row of spring onion as well, because we forgot to add it in the fried rice. So we got plenty. Okay. So we do that now? Yeah. So now David can start cooking it. Can you turn on the fry pan again? Yeah. This depends on what type of pan. If you are like those tofu what do you call those pan that you don't add washing liquid into it? That type of pan, you don't want to preheat it, but if there's like iron, cast iron or stainless steel, you can preheat it. It's mostly when we do Chinese dish, we preheat the pan nice and hot before doing anything else. Yeah. The Italian may not do that. The Italian always slow cook vegetables, but we always like deep fry, very high heat for cooking vegetables. Yeah. If we may want to dice this spring onions, keep it large, keep it like the size or maybe half the size of the onion. Then that will be do. That will do. No, it's really big. It's like half the size of a piece of this. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, just one cut is fine. Yeah. Do the whole roll. Yeah. So now we can start cook the beef. Now, beef can be very fast. You don't need to be totally fully cooked up because you don't want well done beef. No one want well done beef. So for our Chinese dishes, normally we have to do 2 times. The first time we just gently make the surface cooked with really high heat and a lot of oil. So this marinade have been taking over an hour, which is ideal. And we just have to heat up the pan with 4.5 is what I observe is the best heat. We use the hand to put on top of the surface of the pan until you're feeling a little bit too hot, so your hand is start having pain on your skin. That is where good enough you can put anything that require high heat. And normally while you see that, you can see smoke coming out, which is a good sign that it is ready. And now you put oils in. But if you use Teflon pan, you don't want to do that. You will damage the pan. I don't know if this one probably is, but it's not mine. Yeah. So, and then you should have a range hood. Every single Chinese family should have a range hood. So, I don't know. Oh, that is actually, I would say that is like 4 portions of my home. I would say half of it will be enough. But let's see tomorrow we may do it for breakfast if we cook too much. So nice and thin pieces, but with decent area is where the secret of the cut of a searing fry. No matter beef, chicken or pork, this is how we do it, even fish. So you don't want those fake thighs that you bought from supermarket. Cut it yourself. Texture is super important. So leave it there for a while and flip it. But then you don't want to be fully cooked up. You just have to be gently cooked up at the surface. Like that, and then you just put it away for a moment. Now garlic's in. Yeah, garlic's in until you can smell it. Smell the garlic. Smell the garlic. Yeah, can smell it. Onion in, but not spring onion. Only onion. Keep everything stay at high heat. Now, while you are doing that, I have a mission for you. Can you have see the corn flour? Yes. Can you open the package? Create 2 teaspoons of corn flour into a bowl or a little dish. Add a little bit of water in. Maybe 2 tablespoons of water and then 2 teaspoons of corn flour. Yeah, I should actually buy that mixture in the international section in the New World. Yeah. Yep.
And some water.
Yep. Cold water, must be cold water, okay?
1 teaspoon of cold water?
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
Now onion in, and then put your beef back into the onion. And one thing I may wanted to add, but I didn't have it, I didn't buy, is the oyster oil. If there's a stir-fry beef dishes, we also add some oyster oil either during the time marinating or now. Another thing I was a bit regret is not to get that little tiny thing that in the international section that I was holding for a while. That go with it is perfect. And then also add some bell peppers in there. It's a really good stir-fry dish. Now, the beef is done now. I can turn it off to 1. Almost finished. Okay. Gently, slowly put a drip by drip into here. Drip by drip into here. Faster. Yeah. Thank you. And then you have to keep stirring it. Stirring it. Turn down the heat. Stirring it. Stirring it. Stirring it. Right. Awesome. Okay. Now, do you have salt? So I want to have some salt. It should be done earlier than that. Almost forgot. And now it's time you put salt in. It's a little bit late, but it's not too late. Okay. Because the beef is cooked, now you can put salt in. Okay. Unlike steak, when you cook steak, you don't want to do it as early as this, right? You have to get some bell pepper and that pastry sauce into here. But I think it's okay. It's not too bad. Okay. Right. And we finished dish. There's one last dish, okay?
Bok choy.
Before I put it in. Oh, the bok choy haven't been cooked. Ah, okay. I do it in a separate dish. Okay. Bok choy actually is easy. Yeah. So bok choy, can you cut the leaf and the bottom part into two parts and separate them? Now for the beef, I think I will just add the spring onion into it and stir fry in the remaining heat for a while. So the amount of food we can do 4 meals, as I say, at least 2 days we can eat. So that is a stir-fried dish. I don't know what it's called, and normally we should have bell pepper or add in some type of preserved beans. That is the pastry I was holding, but I want some organic one. I don't know those pre-made one, but I couldn't find it in Western supermarket. But that looks great. That one looks great. Okay. So we forgot to put the bok choy into the beef, but now we cook separately. One thing I want to mention that when you have a hot pan with the smoke coming out, then you put in the oils and then immediately garlic and then the vegetable. You put the bottom part of the vegetables first, okay, because they can cook longer. And you don't want to be lower the heat. You will have to be decent amount of oil. Otherwise, the vegetable will not be as fresh. Oh, I left that one. Yeah. You want the vegetable to be shiny and not collapse, look really fresh and lively. You have to be high heat and oil. And then the leaf can be bigger size, no worry. Because the leaf, when they go into heat, they will shrunk. Okay. Now just flip those. Sugar, that remaining one, except you have to put it in. Or to lower the heat first before doing the sugar. Sorry, lower the heat first.
More sugar?
No, that's fine. And then salt. So I actually literally now I turn it off already because it is cooked. So the last day when the pan still heat, you turn it down and then add some sugar and salt. And then you already have a really delicious dishes. And the pan still really hot actually at this stage, but you don't want to burn the sugar. At some stage when the leaf is like very soft, you should immediately get the vegetable out. So this is how a vegetable dish looks like done.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Now you can compare that with the restaurant one.
I'm just going to employ you to
go back to our last dish with the tomato. What do? Because we cut it and put it in the hot water, you see how you can get the skin off. You put it in the hot water. See how easy is that? For our family dish, normally we don't do that. This just wastes too time. But I will suggest people, if you have time, you want these dishes, you do that. Tomato skin is not good for human, especially if you have leaky gut. You don't want, it got a lot of lectins that you can harm your leaky gut syndrome. So you want to take off the skin. And also it makes the dish a lot better looking and texture-wise as well. So tomato skin is not good for human actually. Yeah. Now, this dish is also a very common dish in our family, Chinese family. Okay. We now, after we peel off the skin, we want to cut into 4 quarter each. So slice into quarter pieces, 3 pieces. So now I have to turn on the pan again. And that will be my tomato pieces. The first thing we want to put this time, always, ginger first. There are a couple of dishes we always add ginger first before cooking anything else, okay? Beef can be optional. Sometimes beef need ginger first. But things like lamb, in a Chinese dishes, lamb need ginger first. And tomato, we need ginger first. This type of tomato dish. And yeah. And so we in the Chinese culture, they always think that some of the food is really make you into cold. So you will feel cold in your body. Making ginger into the pan and fry them first before putting in the cold, what they call the cold ingredient, will actually prevent the coldness get to your body. That's what they believe. Okay. Once you did that, tomato in. And can I have 2 packets of sugar? And then I will turn down a little bit, too much. Number 3. Yeah. To turn down a little bit. And can I have a half glass of water? I forgot to put water first. Yeah. Yep, just put it in. Yeah, that will do. Yeah, we'll put it in before they burn up all the sugar. Sorry. Just water first before putting sugar. I make a mistake. This dish is supposed to be more sugar. And in my family, we use brown sugar, or even they call it a whole big chunk of a special type of brown sugar, I would say. And that will be better. But I don't have a proof of it. They say don't use white sugar. But I use just a little bit of white sugar here. So we just have to mash the... Actually, the tomato, if you cook enough, it will be softened anyway. You don't have to do it. So you can see the tomato juice is sequentially, when you cook with the water, it will just dilute it into the water. It will just, yeah. And then it will become a pastry-like of texture.
Okay.
And from this point of time, I want the same type of corn flour mixture from you previously. Like 2 teaspoons. And then like, this time you can just put a little bit more water is fine. Yeah. And then David, I want you to also, can you chop another spring onion? Yeah. So while I'm doing all the tomato become soft and become more like a pastry-like kind of syndrome, okay, the water is vibrating, I add the corn flour mixture into it, and then continue stirring it, and you will find that it become really tense. And that's what we want. Right after putting that, okay, you may want to turn down a little bit. And we got the remaining 2 eggs. What we do, we just put the 2 eggs in directly. And you don't worry about breaking it, because you want to break it into, it's really bad skill. You want to really break the eggs into the tomato mixture. And now, you're stirring it. And then break the yolk. And then mix well with the tomato. And while you're doing that, you may just turn it down and exactly the right time put it in. Okay, and then mix it well, and everything is off by now. At home, when I'm doing that, I even only use 1 egg, and I turn off the stove before putting the eggs in. But for this one, I put the eggs in for 10 seconds before turning it off, so it is also really good. Now I want it to be goes into this bowl here. Yeah, only 1 egg may be good. It's like a little bit of color is a little bit strange because too much egg. Yeah. So this dish, that is one thing that ordinary people, family people do, but I didn't do, is the ketchup. So you will want to add also ketchup into that. Ketchup. So maybe 2 tablespoons of ketchup. That is what an ordinary family will do, but in our family we don't use ketchup because we don't think ketchup is good. Now these are the fried rice, fried vegetables, beef, stirring beef, fried eggs. I don't know what they call, filet egg. Yeah, white rice, and then the tomato mixture. All good.